The next time you sit down to a piece of pizza or a plate of spaghetti and meatballs at one of the University of Illinois dining halls, you might be sitting down to a locally grown meal. That's because the Student Sustainable Farm, the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition, University Dining Services, and the Student Sustainability Committee have teamed up to turn tomatoes grown on campus into house-made sauce. The process begins on the Student Sustainable Farm, located just 2 miles southeast of the main quad. Tomatoes are planted here in April and May and picked July through October by student volunteers led by farm manager Matthew Torino. After being taken off the vine, tomatoes are sorted into crates of firsts and seconds. Firsts will be taken as fresh produce to University Dining Services or sold at the farm's weekly quad stand. Seconds, which show some imperfections and bad spots but are still safe to eat, will be turned into sauce. The seconds are trucked to the Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition's pilot laboratory in the Agricultural Engineering Science Building for processing. First, imperfections like bug bites and rotten spots are cut off the tomatoes. They are then loaded into a wash conveyor and dropped into a slicer. Once cut down to size, tomatoes are heated to 170 degrees Fahrenheit inside a hot break tank. This hot break process stops enzymes in the tomato flesh that would begin breaking down the tomato, turning it into a runny mess instead of a thick and hearty sauce. At this point, the skins and seeds are still in the tomato mixture. To remove them, the mixture is squeezed through a pulper and the non-sauce components are collected. These skins and seeds won't go to waste, however. University Dining Services is experimenting with grinding these dried skins into seasonings. From the pulper, it's into the 200-gallon steam kettle. By boiling off a majority of the water in the tomato puree, the sauce is reduced to half its volume and made much, much thicker. This process can take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours to accomplish. Finally, the still hot sauce is bagged into half-gallon pouches and sent to a giant pressure cooker to be made shelf-stable using heat treatment. These pouches will be good for 12 to 24 months in Dining's food storage.